All right, hello everyone, and welcome to today's Gems of War video. In this video, I have for you my strategy guide for Leonis Empire. Leonis Empire is one of the three ice kingdoms that has an armor bonus that can also reach Power 30 cap, with the other two being Sword's Edge and Glacial Peaks. If you are considering maxing out Leonis Empire, it is important to consider its underworld faction City of Thieves. This is still considered to be one of the best factions to farm resources from. However, if you decide to continue to implement this strategy, then you should never progress City of Thieves to level 30, let alone level 500. This in turn caps Leonis Empire's power at 25. Personally, I prefer to leave the faction of the most recently added kingdom at level 20 instead of tying up a faction that needs to have maximum renown to max out the associated kingdom. But then again, this is a strategy that is more valuable for beginner and intermediate players, so I probably don't need to do it anymore. But in this strategy guide, I'm going to focus on the troops available in Leonis Empire, including my ranked list of base mythic troops currently available, as well as the troops that are not available in the standard chest drop tables. I'll be talking about the weapons available in the Soul Forge during Leonis Empire Week, including two recommended legendary weapons, as well as the class weapon. And I'll briefly discuss the War Priest hero class and all current Leonis Empire pets. But as usual, I'm going to start with the troops. And as a reminder, you need a total of 39 total troops that you can unlock all traits for and increase to at least level 20. At least two of them must be base level mythic troops or equivalents. Leonis Empire has a total of 7 troops that currently qualify in this category, and my first choice is Immortal Rakia. She does true splash damage to 3 random enemies boosted by hourglass gems, which she has a 50% chance to convert from yellow gems when your turn begins. These gems stay yellow and give you an extra turn when matched, even if you have a frozen ally using yellow mana. Her damage is doubled if she is used in the Mirage Expanse, and your other immortal option for the Mirage Expanse is Immortal Captain. In comparison, Immortal Rakia has far better synergy as both her kingdom and troop type can be voted in as restrictions, neither of which can be said for Immortal Capricorn. If you play PvP, you will unlock and level her up by opening burning chests, as currently the only possibility for acquiring immortals. Second on my list is one that I don't have, and that is Voice of Orpheus. Voice of Orpheus is a great troop if you manage to pull him early. Voice of Orpheus deals single target damage boosted by the mana of the other troops on your team. His spell also cleanses all allies and gives all other allies 5 mana. He also cleanses all allies when matching yellow gems, and he is impervious. If you manage to unlock Voice of Orpheus, all your dungeon troubles will be over. Not only can he cleanse the entire team with his spell and third trait, his second trait makes it almost impossible for the enemies to stop him from doing so, since he cannot be silenced or stunned. That said, he does not do a lot of damage, and there are other troops capable of team cleansing that do more damage than he does. One of which should be one of your first legendary troops to pull from the underworld. Moving on, we have the Leonis Tower, which gets an honorable mention. Leonis Tower is a base mythic troop that is never in the standard chest drop tables, but can be crafted in the Soul Forge at any time if you have at least one copy of the Emperor, which I'll discuss later in this video. The only two ingredients are the 250 legendary ingots and 50,000 souls. This troop deals damage to the first two enemies and stuns them while also gaining barrier. Leonis Tower also stuns a random enemy when matching yellow gems, is invulnerable, and reduces spell damage by 50%. It's not very likely you're going to use this troop, but it is cheap and it preserves Soul Forge resources that might be needed elsewhere. The remaining four options can be okay, but do not make the cut as things stand right now. Keep in mind that while Dao, Flame of Anu, and Mantichoras are in the standard chest drop tables, Ala al Din is not and can only be crafted from Soul Forge. Now, aside from what I've just mentioned, Leon's Empire has 6 other troops that are not available in the standard chest drop tables. And that is the 5 City of Thieves troops that can only be pulled from the faction portal, and the Emperor can only be earned by beating up Cedric and unlocking his vaults. Now, this is an interesting troop that gives stats to all skills on the first ally and a chance of an extra turn. I personally like having this troop in the first position and casting the spell on himself. This causes his attack power to go up, increasing the spell damage he can perform. Also, if he casts the spell a second time, he will gain even more attack points because the points that he gains are based on his magic moves. From there, all you need is a troop that can place skulls on the board like Divine Ishvala, and you have the start of a very good skull damage game. Now, moving on to the weapons, and as a reminder, you need to have 14 fully tempered weapons to max out Leonis Empire. First, we have the only Leonis Empire doomed weapon, the Doomed Promise. This ring gives up to 12 magic and 1 mana to all your allies, and armor to all your yellow allies. It also self barriers to hero. I like the doomed rings, but there are higher priority doomed weapon sets out there. If you have the Soulforge resources, this weapon is worth crafting during the Leonis Empire week, and then tempering when the time is right. Lakia's Chakrams is a weapon that automatically unlocks and tempers as you level up Immortal Lakia. Typically, I would not count on weapons like these to count towards a kingdom weaponry build. And Symbol of Anu is the class weapon for Leonis Empire. It's too niche to use, but at least you get it for free. Next, we have the Night Dagger, which is the faction weapon for the City of Thieves. It's only available when a City of Thieves faction assault is in progress. And yes, you can still obtain the Night Dagger if you are leaving City of Thieves at level 20. I like the fact that it can cast Dark Storm and it does triple damage against yellow enemies. However, its usage is far too situational to worry about. Don't have it. Now, my primary recommendation for Leonis Empire legendary weapons is the Lion's Reach, which explodes blue gems, grants a random status effect to all Leonis Empire allies, and summons a Leonis Empire troop. Legendary weapons with a spell like this are always worth picking up, even when the upgrades are silly. I would also suggest considering Orpheus's Verse, which is a self-enchanting and self-blessing weapon that does single target damage and then creates a mix of blue and yellow gems boosted by the humans on your team. So get those weapons and then just make sure you get 14 overall, and you should be good to go. Next, we have the War Priest hero class, which is not a bad hero class. The third trait has a 50% chance to stun a random enemy at the start of your turn, and the second trait grants a 40% skull damage reduction. Not only that, but some of the talents are very relevant to the Leonis Empire teams. The talents do allow for creating a light storm at the start of battle, along with bonus yellow when matching yellow gems. If you're building around yellow mana, Priest and Stormcaller are more likely to be your go-to classes, but War Priest is an option as well. Moving on to the pets, remember you need to have 4 pets at level 20 and a 5th pet at any level. First, we have the Manta Cub, which is the Kingdom Boost pet. You get this one from Pet Rescue. Then you have the Starry Manta Cub, which is the other Kingdom Boost pet and can only be obtained by completing epic trials during Leonis Empire Week. Now, the Cacnid Kid is the faction boost pet, and you max his pet out by automatically by obtaining the maximum renown in the City of Thieves. Of the remaining pets, Alex gives you 3 more turns in the treasure hunt game mode. Dragon Knight Amir's Draken gives you up to 5 skill points in each category for Dragon Knight Amira. Rakia's Dojini automatically unlocks and levels up as you level up Immortal Rakia. It also gives her up to 5 skill points in each category. And Vetricor gives a Fey team bonus for teams in the Summer Isle. Keep in mind that both Bright Forest and Fey are possible restrictions there, even though I don't think they're usually selected. All the other pets are cosmetic, so if you do not have any of the cosmetic pets unlocked, your best bet is to max out the Manticores and Cacnid Kid. None of the current pets have great bonuses, so the fourth pets to max out will depend on your own style. Dragon Knight Amir's Draken might be the best overall choice for most players. So let's review. Go for Mortal Lakia and Voice of Orpheus as your two base level mythic troops, or substitute Leonis Empire to conserve Soulforge resources. Obtain the Doomed Promise, Lion's Reach, and Orpheus's Verse from Soulforge during Leonis Empire Week. Level up the War Priest class only as you need it for Kingdom Power, and max out Dragon Knight Amir's Draken, along with the Kingdom and Faction Boost pets, and unlock any other pet for your fifth pet if you want to max out Leonis Empire now. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please consider leaving a like, subscribe to this channel, or follow me on Twitch if you'd like to see more of my content. And in the comments below, let me know what you think of Leonis Empire. Is the City of Thieves strategy still relevant? And I'll see you in the next video.